Panic and outrage is evident among Kenyans, many of whom had called for cancellation of flights into and from countries hard hit by the pandemic. With this case and details surrounding it, KTN's investigations reporter Brian Obuya reports on why there could be more cases in the coming days.
Just a day after Foreign Minister Rachel Omamo fumbled before a parliamentary committee where she was being questioned on the country's preparedness to deal with the coronavirus, the Standard newspaper called out 4 cabinet secretaries as enemies of the people. The 4 cabinet secretaries, Fred Matiang'i, Rachel Omamo, James Macharia, and outgoing Health Cabinet Secretary Cecily Kariuki, had allowed a plane from the coronavirus epicenter of China to land at the JKIA. The plane was carrying over 200 passengers. The government vehemently defended the move and in fact said they will not stop any flights. On Friday morning, things were getting tough for the state as Kenya confirmed the first coronavirus case on her soil, with the victim having traveled from Ohio in the United States through London. State officials quickly woke up from slumber.
I have, as Minister for Health, invoked the Public Health Act.
Suspending public gatherings and meetings, games, events, church crusades, schools remain open, but inter-school games have been cancelled. With panic and the magnitude of the scare around the country, others like Kilifi Senator Stewart Matsayo argue that the Education Ministry should consider closure of schools and other learning institutions until this pandemic has been fully contained. Matsayo says the ministry can thereafter make arrangements for completion of syllabuses in the 2nd and 3rd term. Kenya's patient zero is a student who had traveled from Ohio, USA via London to Nairobi on the 5th of March. The lady tested positive on Thursday after taking herself to hospital. And that is actually why the country could see more cases in the near future. The government does not give details on the means of transport the patient used from the JKIA to her home, the means of transport used by the patient to hospital, and the interactions with those at the hospital. But perhaps the most confusing statement:
the government has traced all the contacts of the patient since her arrival in Kenya.
Is Mutahi saying that in under 24 hours, they have traced all the people who visited the 27-year-old Kenyan at her house? They have found all passengers she traveled with, that they have details of airport staff who interacted with the patient zero, that if the patient used a taxi from the airport and on her way to hospital, the drivers have been traced. If not, then more people are likely to start showing symptoms of the deadly virus in the coming days. It has also remained disturbing why the patient was not discovered at the airport. The confirmation of coronavirus in Kenya came just hours after the state announced plans to conduct a drill on the same. As other countries take more stringent measures to fight the spread of the virus, including cancellation of flights, back home, Mutahi Kagwe has told Kenyans to wash their hands, but more importantly, not to panic. Brian Obuya, KTN News.